Good afternoon. My name is Richard Kuhns. I'm author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, chronic Lyme disease, and other skin parasites. The book has undergone since 2006 10 revisions. The 10th revision is coming out now. So I personally suffered from Columbella, Morgellons, strongyloides, Lyme disease. In fact, it almost destroyed my life. Lyme disease, worse than anything. Hot tub rash, skin fungus, and I came out the other end of the tunnel. So I'm not sitting here telling you what I think might work. This spans back to 1995. And over the years, I've communicated with thousands of people. And in an interesting way, each of you or many of you have become my research team, because as things work, we study them and we incorporate them into the protocol. So today's update was a pickup on the subject that we talked about last week, and that was the medications that are suggested in Chapter 6 as being beneficial. Medications such as ORAP, which is Primazod, Zyprexa, Seroquel, Wellbutrin, Abilify, Risperdal. These medications generally have a stigma of being associated with antipsychotics. And the irony is that most of us who have been diagnosed as having delusions of parasites are referred to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist actually prescribes these medications. And thinking, of course, the psychiatrist is thinking you have a mental issue, and these medications are for mental issues, and it's going to help clear up the mental issue because you only have delusions. And strangely enough, these medications do help, do work, and the psychiatrist says, hey, I'm great, I can help fix this mental problem. Well, the reality is that these medications have dual purpose. Yes, they're used for Tourette syndrome, they're used for schizophrenia, they're used for bipolar, they're used for these chronic depression and other issues. Yes, that's where they're typically used, but they have a secondary application, and that is as an anti-parasitic. So, but people have difficulty understanding that or believing that. And for years, one of the main criticisms of having these medications listed in the book is that I've been giving in to the medical, psychiatric belief that we're delusional, which is totally not true. In fact, Primazod, ORAP, literally saved my life and helped save my life from Columbella and strongyloides and these parasites. Not too long ago, my lady Lisa sent me an email with a link in it to a research project. And in the title, she had said something about dopamine. I don't remember exactly what the title said, but the title said dopamine. And the research project was about Primazod. And I got all excited, and I opened it up, and I started reading it. And I was just thinking automatically that dopamine would be mentioned in there, so I wasn't even looking for the word. I was looking for the reality of the fact that the Primazod was found effective against parasites. And that got me all excited. And I assumed that it was because of the dopamine that was mentioned in the title. So I went through the whole list of medications that are in Chapter 6. And if you didn't read the update that I sent out yet today, please go through it. It's a lot more detailed than what I'm going to be able to get into because I don't remember all that stuff. So the interesting thing is I found that all the medications except 2 were connected with reducing dopamine levels or dopamine antagonist. So that said, hey, wow, dopamine's the answer. And as far as I know, it really is. The goal is to reduce dopamine. Anyway, a lady from Hawaii, her name is Lisa. Are you on the call, Lisa? I had invited her to come on the call. She took it upon herself, as many of the people that are in the program do, and go a little bit further into research. And she found that parasites actually create an enzyme which creates more dopamine. Well, dopamine is a good thing to have. Happy, good mood, so forth. But what happens is that with the excessive amount of dopamine that's produced, it gets into the cell, and there's too high a concentration of dopamine in the cell, which actually in turn feeds the parasite. So you know these parasites aren't stupid. They say, hey, I want to be happy, so I'm going to create this enzyme to create dopamine, so you're not going to know it, but you're going to be feeding me because I'm going to have all the dopamine I want. You silly dope. That's what the parasite says. So what these medications do is it cuts down the amount of dopamine that gets into the cellular membrane, and therefore reduces the parasitic activity, which is they found in the study, which is phenomenal. We had already a list of herbs, so we're looking, Barbara, our herbalist, is looking into a combination of herbs. Lisa also listed about 4 or 5 different herbs that have a similar effect on reducing dopamine. So that's our next research project, is to come up with a formulation so that we can get rid of these medications, not need these medications, not be criticized for these medications being in the book, even though they do work, and accomplish the same goal through herbs. So that's where we are, and I just wanted to bring the update to our conversation last week.
Richard, Lisa is on the call.
Lisa, hi, Lisa.
I'm
Hello?
Jerry. Hi.
Hi, Lisa. Did you catch what I went over, the summary of what you wrote?
Charlotte.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, this is Lisa from Hawaii.
No, this is Charlotte from San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, okay. I thought Lisa from Hawaii was on. She's the lady who contributed quite a bit of information to today's update. There are 2 medications on the list that really don't have much effect on dopamine. One of them is Doxepin, and in all the years, people have used Doxepin, but never alone, always with one of the other medications. And I think the primary reason is because Doxepin is good anti-anxiety and good for sleeping. And many people with these parasites have trouble sleeping and are very anxious. So I think the Doxepin actually is a companion medication that can be used with any of those other medications, because anxiety is one of the things we're going to be talking about, and how it activates the sympathetic nervous system, and how it actually bites you in the ass because it creates cortisol. And that's what the other medication does, the low-dose naltrexone. Lisa actually found the connection between it and dopamine. I'd have to read it through a little bit more to get a better understanding. But the low-dose naltrexone is a medication that balances out cortisol. So when we're in the stress response, and whenever you feel anxious, irritable, depressed, angry, frustrated, uncertain, confused, is there anybody on the call that hasn't felt those feelings on a regular basis? These emotions actually trigger the fight or flight. It may not be to the point where you're ready to step in a boxing ring and hit your opponent, but you end up with increased heart rate. I mean, it might go from 60 beats a minute to 75 or 80, not to 120 like if you were in a full fight or flight. Your blood pressure may be slightly elevated. It might go from, say, 125 over 75 to maybe 130 over 85. Your muscles tighten up a little bit. Your stomach stops digesting, so you have maybe like a slight queasy feeling. Your fingers get a little cooler and your toes get a little cooler as the vasodilation is stopped, and you end up constricting the vessels to the fingertips and the toes as the blood is diverted to the organs. The amazing thing is that the IQ drops when you're in the fight or flight. And when the IQ is something you want, because when we're stupid, we're not very creative. And anybody who beats these organisms utilizing my protocol or anything, they also use the protocol as a guide and step out of the box from time to time, and that's where the creativity comes in, to discover what's working and what's not working. They keep diaries, so it's not a 1, 2, 3, you're done kind of thing. It's not like you take a pill and you go to bed and you wake up and you're free of these parasites. It is a work in progress. So the stress response has you ready to fight or run to some degree. But the thing is, there's nothing that you can fight. You can't fight them. They're too small. You can't even see them, these organisms. So, and you can't run. I mean, you can run off to a hotel room, you can run off on vacation, and they're on your body. And until you're on the diet and using it and it's effective, you're a walking, talking, breeding parasite machine. They're with you. And wherever you go, you're going to carry them and deposit them and contaminate that area until you get the program kicked into gear. So what do we do to deal with a stress response? Attached to the email I sent out, there were a few attachments. One of them was about deep breathing. Has anybody who's returned today been doing the deep breathing? Robin, I see you. Where have you been?
Hey, I've been right here, but I was having a lot of technical difficulties. I'm sorry.
Well, you're just in time we're going to go through the deep breathing. You did such a great job last week.
Oh, okay.
But whenever you feel stressed, there are lots of stress management techniques. Meditation, yoga, and many of them take time. Many of them are not practical to do if you're driving down the street. And you might want to use a stress management technique as you're driving down the street, or when you come to a red light, or when you're standing in line waiting for your groceries at the checkout counter. So this is a stress management technique that you can do anytime you feel yourself being a bit wired, being a bit anxious, being a bit depressed, being a bit angry, being a bit frustrated. You catch it, nip it in the bud, and do what's called deep breathing. So I'm going to ask Robin to go over the deep breathing. She's going to give you the instructions on how to do it. She'll take us through a few deep breaths. The thing is that when you inhale, imagine that, you see, life is about energy. Everything, we think things are either alive or dead. We think a piece of wood or a piece of steel is dead. No. Everything is energy. It's alive too. Everything is energy. So the idea is when you inhale, you choose to inhale creativity, peace, joy, wellness, health. And when you exhale, you choose to exhale the energies associated with frustration, irritability, frustration, aggravation, confusion. Oh, confusion and Uncertainty. Uncertainty is an emotion. It's a low-level emotion. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year until the thing is resolved. So as long as you're dealing with these parasites, there's a level of uncertainty. And that's a level of activation of your sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system creates adrenaline, noradrenaline, epinephrine, and cortisol. And the one that we're interested in, I mentioned earlier when I was talking about low-dose naltrexone, is cortisol. Because in higher elevations of cortisol, it dumps blood sugar into your blood. And the last thing that you want to eat on that diet is sugar. So you're going to experience activation of the parasites. You are, through the stress response, feeding the parasites. So we're here to counter that. We're here to do the deep breathing and kick in the parasympathetic nervous system, which creates catecholamines. That's the hormones that cancels out the stress response and can bring your cortisol levels down. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, there are some people with low cortisol levels. And if you have excessive fatigue, brain fog that you can't imagine, then I'd suggest you go to your doctor and get a cortisol level check. Maybe you're suffering from low cortisol levels. But the low-dose naltrexone kind of balances it out for you, brings up the cortisol if it's low, and if it's high, helps bring it down. Okay, Robin, back to you. Let's do our breathing.
Okay. So for those of you who are new on the call, we're going to sit up straight with both feet on the ground. Or if you're standing, you can stand up straight. Your shoulders are down. Your head is up. We're going to breathe from our diaphragm, which is in our belly. We're going to breathe in through our nose, hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out through our mouth. And when we breathe out, we're going to use our stomach muscles to push the air out in a controlled exhale, a lot like a leaky tire. Okay? When you breathe in, your shoulders stay down and your stomach goes out. When you breathe out, your stomach goes in using muscles in your diaphragm to push the air up and out. Okay, so we're going to take a cleansing breath, let our air out, and then we're going to breathe in for 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5, and we're going to hold and think of joy. 4, 5, and then we're going to breathe out anxiety. We're going to breathe out frustration. 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to breathe in peace. 2, 3, and hope. 5, and we're going to hold. 2, 3, hold on to that hope. And then we're going to exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to release fear. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to breathe in creativity. And we're going to breathe in creative solutions. And we're going to hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to exhale. And we're going to picture our house cleared of parasites. 6, 7, 8. Imagine walking barefoot on your floors. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold. Faith that you can get through this. 4, 5. And breathe out. Release the anger. Release the hopelessness. Fill that space with hope. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And breathe in joy. 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold and smile while you're holding. When you smile, it changes your mindset. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. Breathe in and breathe in excitement. 2, 3, 4, 5. Excitement to get well. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe out. And breathe out loneliness. Breathe out isolation. Breathe out hopelessness. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then just take a nice deep cleansing breath. Okay.
Thank you. Anyone like to share?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tell us where you were before you started the breathing and where you are now in terms of levels of tension, anxiety, and so forth.
Well, I was super anxious because I've been here the whole time and I couldn't be seen or heard. Just doing that, I'm like, whoosh, everything came down.
Yeah, I went through that about 3 weeks ago. I couldn't get on.
Hi, Richard.
Hi.
This is Lisa from Maryland.
Hi, Lisa from Maryland.
I used to live in Hawaii, but not now. I just want to ask you 1 or 2 questions if you have the time.
We'll have the question and answer period a little later on.
Oh, I thought you said, okay.
If it's associated with the breathing, yes, we can do that. But as far as questions and answers, that'll be in about maybe 5 or 6 minutes.
All right, sir. Thank you.
So hold on. Yes, anyone else like to share your experience with the deep breathing?
Me, Lynn from California.
Yes.
I have to use it all the time because the anxiety and the depression is so bad with this thing.
Yeah.
So I'm learning to use it a lot.
That's great.
Yeah.
It helps.
Unfortunately, radio announcers don't remind you. You know, they just don't remind you. It's up to you, and it's more powerful than many medications.
Absolutely.
Anyone else like to share?
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, Beth.
Hi, Beth.
I just love it, and I had to get some blood work done on Thursday, and I hate getting blood work done, and so I just imagined I did the deep breathing in the waiting room, and then I also imagined my blood flowing like a stream, and you know what? It didn't even hurt. Usually, it always hurts.
Yay.
That's great.
That's because usually you tense up, and now you relaxed, and it didn't hurt.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It is amazing. Thank you for sharing. Very, very good. Thank you. Anyone else like to share?
Yeah, this is Jerry from St. Louis.
Yeah, Jerry, welcome.
I had forgotten about deep breathing, but I went to, many, many years ago, I went to an anxiety program, and in that, it was a treatment, and they did the deep breathing, and it did help, and right now, this is my first time, and I just did it with you guys, and you know, it's a good thing that I was reminded of it, because I have had all of those feelings and anger, and my head gets blown off.
Yeah, you don't
And
have to. You don't have to drown on those feelings now. You can do something about it.
Yeah, it's just not me to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this has just been a horrible, horrible. It's the worst thing I've ever been through in my life. My husband wants me to take antidepressants, and I don't want to because I had just gotten off of them. I managed to wean myself off those things. And I was doing okay. But then now, you know, it's just this year, these things have just multiplied to the max like I've never had them before. So.
Well, keep coming back. Keep remembering to do the deep breathing. You're at the right place. We'll get you through this. Anyone else like to share your experience with deep breathing before we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, hi, this is Donna from Sag Harbor, and I take Dexagene, and I'm wondering if taking Clonopin, which is a medication also, would reduce anxiety. Would it help as much?
I am not familiar with the medication.
Clonazepam. It counteracts things that make you high.
Well, did you get the update this morning?
Not yet, no.
Oh, you should have gotten it at like 9 a.m. Check your spam.
Great. Okay.
Check your spam. And like the first or second paragraph, it gives you what you put into Google to search for it to see if it's connected with affecting dopamine. So take a look at it.
Great.
Okay. Anyone else like to share about deep breathing? Well, the next topic is that I'm so excited. I could do a somersault if I knew how. I just happened upon, and it looks like a substance that will replace the need to disinfect. Disinfection is a chemical thing. Ammonia, vinegar. There's a chemical kill. A neurotoxin like ammonia kills. And what I have come upon is something that actually may make laundry easy without the need to soak in ammonia or sit around. And it's incredible stuff. It's called a anti-microbial. It sprays on, and when it dries, one side of the molecule adheres to whatever it's sprayed to, and the other side of the molecule, when it dries, ends up with tiny spikes of carbon. Now, this is cool because nature's gift is carbon. But these tiny spikes of carbon are 1/1000th the thickness of a human hair. So when organisms touch that spike, it proliferates them, destroys them. No chemical kill. It's a mechanical kill. Now here's the news that blows my mind, and it'll blow your mind.
Harry,
you put this in your laundry.
not on one duster, you're not.
You put this in your laundry, and one treatment
Not on the same one.
will protect all of your laundry basically forever.
You better be using a whole different one.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can use a less concentration and do it every time you launder your clothes. You put this stuff, you spray this stuff on a surface. It could be sprayed with a regular sprayer or the electrostatic sprayer. And surfaces that are rarely touched, it'll last for a year. A year. Surfaces like doorknobs and things like that are touched frequently, it'll last a month. The only thing that removes this stuff is abrasion. So you can spray it on a countertop. That's non-toxic because it's carbon. You can spray it on a countertop. And unless you use a Ajax or something abrasive to clean the countertop, it won't be removed. It'll stay there for a month or two. Many surfaces only need to be treated every 3 months. So it's phenomenal. So it could revolutionize our need to disinfect and how we deal with these microbes. So just want to put that out there. We're working on the labels. We have 5 gallons of it in stock. As soon as the labels are produced, we'll bottle it and add it to the store, and it's comparable in price, very, very comparable. So it's not a extraordinarily expensive item. So pass that along.
Wow. Do you dilute it?
No, you don't dilute it. You use it full strength. So we're going to have it in like a 16-ounce bottle and maybe a 9-ounce bottle. I'm not sure if we'll produce it in 9 ounces, but at least a 16-ounce bottle. And 1 gallon will treat 2,500 square feet. So
what's the name of it?
How about a 32-ounce bottle?
We can't get them. Yeah, ever since the coronavirus, we have trouble getting bottles. In fact, we used to order maybe 6 different types of bottles. Now we have to order like a whole pallet of the same bottle. Because you got to take them when you can get them. Yes.
This is Joanne from Washington. I know I've heard of something called Microban that was supposed to last a long time on surfaces, but you can't find it anymore. I've never tried it.
I've seen it advertised on TV, but that's only like about 2 days, and it is a chemical. It's a chemical kill.
So where did you hear about this?
What's that?
So where did you hear about this product?
Well, some time ago, I was placed an ad through ZipRecruiter or something like that for somebody to sell the Go Planet Green, and a guy called up and said he knew of a product that would last for days and days. You know, I didn't know exactly how long, but I followed up on what he said and found the product.
Wow,
that's great.
That's great. Yeah.
So anyway, hopefully by the end of this week we'll have it in the store and we can all try it out. Now, will it kill fleas? I don't know. They may be too big. Will it kill bed bugs? I don't know. I'm still learning about it, so I'm coming up with a bunch of questions to ask the manufacturer.
Did they test it on mice, the manufacturer?
Well, they've used it in the microbial, the viral, the bacteria, fungus, and bacteria for surfaces at this point. So I'm not sure how it will work on. It depends on the size. Like, for instance, these are tiny little needles, but they don't hurt us because we're big. But for a tiny microbe, it will proliferate them and destroy them, much like diatomaceous earth. But I don't know how big the organism is before it no longer is effective. That's a question I have to ask. Some mites are barely visible, so it'll definitely destroy them.
Oh, that's great.
Richard?
Yes.
This is Chris, your FDA disclaimer.
What?
Your disclaimer about FDA.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Chris just reminded me I forgot to do the disclaimer, and that is we're going to get into the question and answer period, and I've already gotten a little bit technical. The FDA requires me to inform everybody that I'm not a medical doctor, and that before you start the King Diet or accept any of my recommendations, that you discuss them thoroughly with your doctor to make sure they don't interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. There seems to be feedback. Is that coming from me, Chris, or is that from somebody else?
That's actually coming from Robin's phone.
Robin, again. She's on the computer.
I'm on my computer. I don't understand.
Okay. Well, anyway, the AMA and the FDA require me also to inform you that we are not here, Robin and I and my coaches are not here to cure, treat, or mitigate any disease, skin disease or diagnose. We are here to educate you in how to clean them out of your body, out of your environment, and out of your skin, and to build nutritional, and through nutritional supplementation, build immune functioning and health. That's our purpose. Okay, off to the questions and answers. Someone had a question they wanted to ask a few moments ago?
Right, that was Lisa from
Maryland.
Maryland.
Lisa.
Lisa, are you still here?
You want to give your number for texting?
Yes. If anyone would like to text a question, my number is 413-441-5185. And I will read. I have two questions here right now. One is from Joanne from Washington, and she wants to know if this new microbial thing can also be used on your skin.
No.
Okay.
No. The main reason it can only be removed, from my understanding, is it has to be scrubbed off. So if you put it on your skin, the one side is going to adhere to the skin. The other side is going to be sticking out from your skin. But it's not going to be affecting anything in your skin or under your skin. It will only be protecting you from getting things from the environment. So that's why you want to use it in your laundry.
Get to a store.
How do you
put
it in your house?
A question from Carolyn. It's kind of she wants to know how she can deal with her family who doesn't have any symptoms because they forget or choose not to spray things, and they're hindering her progress. She feels like she's wasting her time because they won't work with her, and she
400.
So she doesn't know what to do.
5185.
Well, hopefully this new product will make headways in terms of getting rid of disinfecting, and she can just spray this over everything, and nobody will know the difference because the spikes are so tiny you can't feel them. So that might help out and replace disinfecting. The diet is still going to be critical, so somehow I don't know what she can do, but she's going to have to be able to control her eating and what she consumes. As far as the bathing, well, that, you know, in the beginning you use a lot of nature's gift. 3 times a day is recommended for bathing until you get to the point where you can get from one bath to the next with relatively little discomfort. Then you go to 2 baths a day, eventually 1, and then eventually showering within a few weeks if you're well on the doing everything else. Now, as far as getting family members to participate, it's usually they don't believe that because they don't feel anything that you can't have a problem. So there's where you might want to. Robin has some scientific scientific journals that she can refer you to for them to read. You can also have them leave a copy of my book out. You can get a copy of Dr. Saverly's book and leave it lying about. She's a medical practitioner. So perhaps one of those.
Sure. If anyone wants to contact me, I would be glad to give them my email to send them documentation that may help their family get more motivated to get on board with the program. I have 2 other questions about this new microbial product. Does it stain things or leave
No.
And what are you calling it?
It's called an anti-microbial.
Okay. All right. And that's all the questions I have right now.
Okay. Anyone else like to ask a question or share?
Yes, this is
Hi, this
Lisa
is Rose
from
from
Maryland.
Yes, the lady from Maryland. I think she was first about 10 minutes ago.
Yes. Okay. Can I go now?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I ask you now? Okay. I know that all your vitals say 97, your body temperature. Did you hear me?
No.
Yes.
Hello?
No.
Did you hear me, Richard?
No.
I heard you say something you know about your vitals, your body temperature.
Is 97. Is how in the world do they mask the real temperatures?
How do they mask what real temperature?
The body, the heart. When I took vitals the other day, they were fine. They were normal. Is that possible with Morgellons?
Yeah.
Yes. Dr. Sloan, I don't know where he's at now, but he was in Atlanta. I don't know whatever happened to him. But he had felt that people with Morgellons usually had a body temperature 1 degree lower than everybody else. But I don't think that necessarily is true since I've been tracking it since then. And they've come out with information about temperature checks with COVID-19 because many people do have a lower baseline temperature, maybe 97, 96.5, and they could have a fever at 98.6 and be infectious, but according to all standards, they're okay because they're not above 98.6. So the body temperature thing is rather elusive. There's nothing definitive that I know about it related to Morgellons.
Hello?
Yeah, because everybody that takes my temperature when I come back from outside, it's 97. That's impossible.
Well, he found it to usually about a degree lower, and it is for some people if we're dealing with Morgellons.
Hello, Richard.
As far as the body temperature, that's okay. So they don't mask the real vitals. Is that what you're saying?
Does what mask the vitals?
No, it doesn't mask your vitals. It changes your body temperature.
I didn't hear Robin.
Did you hear me?
No.
It doesn't mask your vitals. It just lowers your body temperature.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
Hello?
did you have another question?
I have
a question.
I have a question from Gladys, actually, Richard. What's the formula for spraying a bed with vinegar? I think it's just 100%. Just like
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, white vinegar. Okay, any other questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello? Can you hear me? Lee from Georgia.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Well, first of all, I need to know the name of your store where I can buy your products. This is my first time. And also, I've been having a problem with tryptase ever since I've had the mice for 3 years. Is that a part of the Morgellons disease?
You have trouble with what?
They're called tryptase. It's an enzyme in the blood.
Oh,
I had
tryptase.
to have the bone. They thought it's been high. And they gave me even a bone marrow test. They thought I had leukemia, but I didn't. So now they're checking more into that. But for 3 years, it has been high ever since I've had these mice. I have carpet mice, and that's where I got it from. And I've been miserable. And you guys are the first time I've had anybody to talk to. So I'm so happy.
Well, we're glad you're here. As far as the enzyme question, it's out of my bailiwick. I'm not that familiar with the enzymes.
What is your store?
What's that?
Is it Nature's Gift where I can buy the soap and the things I need?
Did you get an email that announced this program today?
I didn't check. I talked to Robin and she said that you would have a conference today.
So are you on our mailing list?
I don't think so. No.
All right. Let's get you started the right way. Email me. Do you have a pencil and can you write this down?
Yes.
Okay, my email address is KNIC,
Okay.
KNIC, the number 2,
Okay.
at horizon.net. .net.
Okay, great.
And I'll put you on
I got your book.
I'll put you on the list. I'll put you on the list so you'll get the emails, and I'll get you into where you can go to the store if you like.
Yes, and a support group. I need support.
Richard, I have a question from Mary. She, her whole head is affected, and she doesn't know about protocols with hair and your head. I just texted her and told her that there's multiple protocols in the blog and in the book, but I didn't know if there's something you'd want to say about it.
Is this our first time?
Mary, is this your first time?
This is like my third time.
Third.
Okay. Okay, so you are on the diet. Has it kicked in for you?
I'm on the diet, but I haven't been on it very long.
Okay. So the diet is very strict. You even want to watch things like table salt. You read the ingredients because some common table salts have sugar in them. So everything you buy, this goes for everybody, everything you buy, you need to check the ingredients to make sure it has nothing in it like triglycerides or sugar, and sugar comes in many different forms. Anything with an OL, mannitol, xylitol, anything like that, you don't want. It will negate the diet. So and the things that we talk about, to get the diet to kick in, it's important to, at this point, disinfect your surroundings so you're not being recontaminated by your surroundings, so that you know the diet is working. To bathe 3 times a day in the nature's gift, and then shower off, but use a disinfectant in the tub while you're bathing. Now, as far as the head goes, the idea is to mimic your head being in the tub, but you can't put your head in the tub because if you get your hair wet, it'll stream down, the water will stream down your forehead, into your eyes, and then you'll have a bigger problem. They'll get in your eyes. Bad news. So
Richard, I have no hair on my head. I basically shave my hair off.
Okay.
So I have no hair.
Well, anyway, you definitely don't want to get a lot of water even on your forehead or your head that could run down into your eyes. So the idea is to mimic your head being in the bath. So generally people do about maybe 3.
Rita in California, and I got cut off, and I do not know how to ask questions because I can't.
Well, we can hear you. I'm answering another lady right now, and you can ask your question after I finish with her. So for the scalp, get a bathing cap. We have several products you can use in combination. You can use our shampoo, which comes foaming or non-foaming. You can get.
I have that, Richard.
Super MSM gel, some peppermint. Mix it all together. Apply it to your head. Put a bathing cap on. Keep it on overnight. If you go out during the day, our greeting coach from Ethel informed us about the cancer caps. You can buy cancer caps and put over the bathing cap so you can keep it moist and wet. So you do that for, 3 or 4 days, and then you'll notice that the frequency at which you need to do it will be lessened and lessened. And when you feel nothing on your head, you do it anyway because there still may be eggs hatching.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else like to ask a question?
Yes, I have a question. I'm Susan, and I'm in Georgia also. What do you suggest? I mean, working on the body first or your house? which one should be like first?
Have you ever driven a car with a clutch?
Nope.
All right. So you're going to drive a car. You're going to drive a car now with 4 clutches.
Oh, Lord.
And simultaneously, you start the diet. Simultaneously, you start disinfecting your environment. Simultaneously, you do 3 baths a day. And simultaneously, you do as much of the nutritional part of the protocol as possible, as affordable. And to get the recommendations, you complete the questionnaire that went out with this email and return it to me. I will give you a complete evaluation and specific recommendations.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you. That helps.
So you do all 4 things at the same time.
And this is Benita in California.
Yes.
I have a question. Because I became homeless in December and now I have a place, but it's a trailer. So I can only shower and it's like turn the water on, get wet, turn it off, soap up, and that's how I have to shower. So I can't bathe. Last year I had for sure Morgellons and I did the bathing and everything, and then we found that it was a house that was contaminated because when we got evacuated, it went away. My 2 boys, I'm not positive have it. I'm finding signs in my one son's bed, but he doesn't itch. But instead, he's got stomach problems and muscle problems. You know, he's in pain all the time. So I didn't know if that could be a side thing of it, and maybe I need to address it. But I don't know what to do about shower because that's how I have to shower.
Well,
I mean, I'm looking forward to this new thing you have.
I've been proven wrong. I've always said in the very beginning that you needed to bathe 3 times a day for 45 minutes, and people have written me in and told me that they accomplish pretty much the same thing with a shower. They get in the shower, they wet themselves up, they lather with one of our bar soaps, they turn the shower off, they let the soap on their skin, maybe massaging it in for 3 or 4 minutes. And then they wash it off, and they do fine. So you just may need to shower more frequently than 3 times a day. I don't know, but it has worked for some people. I've been told that you can even go to Amazon and you can buy an inflatable bathtub that you can fill up with air and then put water in and bathe in it as well. So there are other alternatives, but in a trailer you may not have the space.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, but at least I have a home. I had other questions, but I can't think of them right now. But
okay.
I know the other question is. My other question is, I don't know if it's Morgellons that I have now, because I mean I see a little bit of fiber, but I'm more just kind of itching.
One fiber is Morgellons. Yeah, many of them are almost microscopic. They show up as cotton balls or lint balls in your bedding and clothing. You may not see them on your skin, but they show up as lint-like substance on your bedding and clothing.
Okay, and I'm losing my hair.
That's typical. So you want to do the scalp treatment that we just talked about.
Okay, scalp treatment.
And Richard,
all right, thank you.
Yes.
The thing about the scalp treatment is you don't do it one time. It could take a month. It could take 2 months, but it's going to take more than one time. And
definitely.
Yeah, I figured that.
You're going to do it 4 times a day to start.
Richard, is this shower?
I have a question about the scalp treatment.
Okay, we got 2 people here.
I have a question about scalp treatment. Can you again review the scalp treatment? I also have lost my hair and have been shaving my head for years now. You had mentioned the shampoo, and I think you said Super MSN and then peppermint oil.
Right. You put it together your own concoction. You can also use Claudia's Dream Cream and make a mix of all of them. Be aggressive. Do as much as affordable.
So you do that 3 to 4 times a day with
3
the
to 4
bathing
times a
cat?
day. You be aggressive. You, like Robin said, you just don't do it once. You do it 3 to 4 times a day, and it could be many days.
Okay. So if you've been dealing with this for years and you want your hair back, basically if you do the Nature's Gift shampoo, the Super MSN, the peppermint, and do that 3 to 4 times a day with the cap until it's, and just keep doing it even once it's cleared.
Even once you don't feel nothing. I mean, you'll forget about it, but then you'll realize, I better do it because I just realized I didn't feel anything in my scalp.
Okay. And for the bathing, it's 3 to 4 times a day as well?
Yes, bathing, definitely, if you can, 3 times a day. The idea is to get from one bath to the next bath with relatively little, if any, discomfort, or one shower to the next shower. So you have to figure out how many showers you need to take a day to get that to happen. And then between the showers and between the baths, that's where you use the creams that we have, the exfoliant or the revitalization or the Nature's Gift. We have cedar cream, we have shea butter, coconut oil cream. So we have lots of creams. Or you can use our mouthwash. It also serves as a body wipe. It's phenomenal stuff. You can use it in your mouth to clean your mouth. You can swallow it to clean out your intestines and stomach, digestive system. You can apply it to your skin.
Do you know, for your creams, I've read that glycerin can be used on the body but not on the scalp because it can prohibit hair growth. Are your creams free of glycerin?
No, the glycerin is a good thing for your skin.
It's good for the skin, but I've read that it can clog the hair follicles of the scalp.
I don't know about that. I haven't found that necessarily to be so.
Okay.
But I mean,
thank you.
The glycerin is in our cream, so we're not saying use our creams in your scalp. We're saying use the shampoo, the MSM, and they don't have. Chris, does the shampoo have glycerin in it? Chris? I'll have to ask Chris. He formulates it. Yes.
A little bit. Very, very little.
It has a little bit. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That's good.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
You're welcome. Hello.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question about the sandy feeling. Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
I have a question. I constantly had that sandy feeling on my fingernails and toenails. It's constant. I have to wear gloves and touch things. You know, it's just, it's a horrible feeling.
Easy answer. Foot baths and finger baths. Do a foot bath with, half a cap of Nature's Gift. A finger bath with maybe a quarter of a cap or half a cap of Nature's Gift. Put in a disinfectant like apple cider vinegar or peppermint or anything that you like. If you think it's fungal in nature, use apple cider vinegar.
Okay. Thank you.
You can also take.
What would be causing the sandy feeling?
You can take a sulfur cream and rub it into your fingernails and inside your toenails, and that will help a lot too.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Rub what into your fingernails? I didn't get what you said.
Sulfur cream.
Sulfur cream?
Sulfur.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What would be causing the sandy feeling?
It's hard to say. I don't know.
I have them in my eyes.
Could be columbula. Around the eyes, it's often something like columbula, but some people are affected on their fingertips too with it. So it's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to get rid of it, not to identify it. We don't care what it is. We just want to get rid of it.
How do you do it on your eyes and eyelashes?
What?
I have them on in my eyes and on my eyelashes, and they ate the septum of my nose.
Well, are you on the diet?
I was, and then I got it back again.
So you're not on the diet? Hello? You're not on the diet?
I'm starting right away. I was on it, and then I went off because I, kind of healed up a little bit, and now I'm back on it.
Well, anytime, the amazing thing about this diet is that some people have claimed it to be a cure. In fact, I thought it was a cure. I went on stage 1 for 90 days, had no symptoms whatsoever, said, okay,
Terry,
that's long enough. I should be cured.
This done.
And I went off the diet, and within 7 days, all hell came back. So the diet is absolutely critical. Anytime you go off of it, you are messing with danger. So the idea is to get to stage 3, where it's a lot more like normal eating.
Yes, Well, I'm going in for cataract surgery.
We got a couple of questions there. Hello?
I'm going in for cataract surgery, and I'm worried about, because I can feel them in my eyes. I know they're in my eyes.
So, Richard, you can have, I have had mites, columbola, and Morgellons in my eyes. And you can make a little spray pen with the NG and close your eyes and spray your lids and lashes and wipe it off. You can get, the thing that worked the best for me was the colloidal silver with an eyeglass, and rinsing my eyes every 10 minutes for 3 days, round the clock pretty much, and it cured my eyes.
Oh, good. Okay.
And when you do that, you want to put something thick around your eyes because it drives them out of your eyes into your face. So it could be Vaseline or it could be one of the creams, but they're going to go out of your eyes and into your face unless you put something around your eyes.
We have the colloidal silver in the store. The diluted Nature's Gift, you can use that in your eyes. Chapter 6 gives about maybe 10 different things that you can use. Some of them are prescription meds.
Okay.
Well, what about my nose?
You were talking about the stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. How do you know what stage when you graduate from one to the next?
All right. You go on stage 1, which is the strictest of all the stages. When you get to the point where you feel little, if any, discomfort, you might feel a crawling sensation would be the most you feel, but you don't feel any itching, you don't feel any biting. Then you start adding foods from stage 2, one by one. Keep a diary. Write down when you add a food and check 20 minutes later, a couple hours later to see if you have any activity. And then add another food. And then add another food until you're completely on stage 2. And then after you on stage 2 for maybe a couple of weeks or so, and if you have no activity, no itching, no biting, you can start adding stage 3 cautiously.
Now, what would stage 3 consist of?
Well, stage 3, you can basically eat anything that you want within reason. Personally, it was not possible for me to get to stage 3 without utilizing Primazide or Orap. I could never get to stage 3 without it.
Well, and also,
but that's my personal experience.
Infested,
but you did finally graduate to stage 3.
What?
No. You finally did graduate to stage 3.
Presently, I eat whatever I want. If I want a peanut butter sandwich, I will have a peanut butter sandwich, but only one in a week or 2. If I want watermelon, I will have watermelon, but not every day. If I want to have a salad with olive oil, I'll have it, but not every day. So I eat whatever I want with caution.
I see.
Excuse me, this is Benita again. Does
What's
borax,
that? Yes.
has anyone tried the borax?
Borax
I have.
is
Yeah,
used in laundry oftentimes. It's used as a disinfectant in your bath.
No, I watched the video, and the guy, it was a video about a guy who had to do with the nano stuff and said that
chemtrails,
a pinch of borax. Yeah.
All right, we have the boron tablets in the store, and it's, you know, according to that fellow and his experience, the antidote for Morgellons is boron. And if the only thing that you had was Morgellons, it would be a pretty easy cure, pretty easy to get rid of it. But there are so many complicating factors that by the time you find out that you're dealing with Morgellons, you've got fungal issues, you've got EMF, you've got internal parasites, you've got Lyme disease, you've got all these other cofactors that have to be dealt with as well before you can make any headway with the Morgellons. So this is why we have medications like lefineron, we have the kinase enzymes. It's why we have a lot of things we have in the store nutritionally.
Right. Okay, well, I haven't started researching into that area yet, but I'm just trying.
Complete the questionnaire, submit it to me, and I'll give you a complete set of recommendations. And I mean, even if it gets down to if you have digestive issues, I'll even recommend what type of enzyme to use for digestion.
Well, my problem is I've completed it, but I can't get it sent to you because I'm not very good on the computer, and it won't let me email it to you.
Well, can you copy it, and paste it into an email?
I don't know how to do that. I might even have to write it all out and send it on paper.
No, don't write it. Don't write it. Highlight the document, the questionnaire with the answers. Do a Control-C, that's to copy, and then do a Control-V in the email, and that is to paste.
Control-V. Okay.
Control-C to copy.
I will try that.
Control-V to paste.
Okay, and it's a Control-V like Victor?
Right.
To take?
Right.
Okay.
Hi,
all right,
Jerry.
I will try that. Thank you.
No. Thank you.
Yes.
And I
or
have a question.
if anybody has trouble working with a DOC or DOCX, let me know. I'll send you the questionnaire in an email. You can return it and just complete the answer it in the spaces provided and return it. You won't have to deal with a file.
I have two questions. This is Jerry.
I have a question too.
I've been waiting an hour for my question. Can I say something?
Go
now?
ahead.
Okay, thank you. You were talking about the spray for disinfecting the house, and I wanted to know if these things, if I put like a hand sanitizer or something like that on my wooden table, oak wooden table, they start coming out of the table. So if I spray the tables, the wooden tables with this stuff, will it stop them? Will it kill them inside the tables?
I don't know. I would imagine if they come out of the table, they're going to get in touch with the spikes and it's going to destroy them. They're not going to get off the table.
Okay. And my other question is, do they stain things like the walls, etc., or hurt certain things?
Does what stain?
The spray.
No. To my knowledge, it doesn't spray or change color or anything. You don't even see it.
So you can spray it like on the TV screen as well?
You can spray it on TV screens. You can spray it on anything.
But not your body.
Is this the new one?
Not your body.
Okay.
Okay. What about your cats? What if you have cats walking on the
skin,
color?
not any skin. No human
what if
skin,
they're
no
walking on if they're walking on the carpet where you sprayed or on the furniture?
You spray the carpet, you spray the furniture.
And the cats get on both.
That's
Is
fine.
that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything
Hello,
coming from anything that comes off of your cat will be destroyed when it touches the surface of whatever the cat is on.
What can you treat your cat with?
Well, I turn that over to Robin.
Okay.
Well, they have for pets. You can get Program, which is Regeneron for pets, and you put it in the cat's food once a month, and it kills the eggs inside the body. I can't remember if it was Regeneron kills the eggs or the adults, one of them. And then for my cat, he has a Seresto collar, which kills things on the outside of his skin, and we change it every 8 months. And then, in addition, I give him flea dips every couple weeks. I just gave him a bath today. It's actually a flea dip, and I use Adam's Pyrethrin for dogs and cats.
They won't take a bath. They won't take a bath.
Well, it's not a bath. You fill 2 cups with water. 1 cup of water, 1 cup of water. You put a capsule of stuff in and you wipe them down with a washcloth. You hold them by the neck like a mother holds its kittens.
Yeah.
You wait 5 minutes, and then you take the clean water and another washcloth and you wipe them clean. I didn't think I could do it, and I was like searching for months for someone to help me do this, and it's so easy. And I've been doing it for a year now, giving my cat flea dips every 2 to 3 weeks.
I've been using white vinegar.
I'm just telling
I've been
you
using
what works for me.
Yeah, okay. And what seems to be working is white vinegar the same way on them and on my body. But I don't know if that's just if I'm just being fooled by that or what.
Time will tell.
If you can spray a TV
I have a question.
with microbial stuff, can you also spray computers and electronics?
What's that? The question?
Huh?
You can spray the surface of anything with it.
You just don't want to spray the inside.
I don't think you want to open up the inside and spray anything, no.
Right.
Inside of what?
I have a
Hello?
The inside of your VCR, for instance, or your computer.
Oh.
Hello?
Yes. I have a question.
Yes.
I do too.
Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
I have a question on, do you know what white rice-like substances in the bedding would be?
Like a half a grain of rice?
Yeah, looking like rice or sand.
I don't know exactly what it is. I surmise it's dead colonies of Columbella, but I don't know. You have to be microscopically examined by somebody who is well trained.
But they're really common.
So you haven't heard of that?
No, yeah, we've heard of it oftentimes, but we don't know exactly what it is. We know that it often is part of the condition, the problem.
Right.
And then when it's spreading, it's on different things, not just in bedding.
Yeah, well, this is where you either want to disinfect or you want to use the, when the anti-microbial is ready to use that.
So would that be eggs?
I don't think they're eggs, no. I don't know.
You don't know. And also I've noticed them on my body. Hello?
Yes?
Hello? Can I ask a question?
I think there was someone still talking.
Me.
Yes, I've noticed them also on my body, but you're not sure what it is?
Like I said, I suspect it has something to do with Columbella, but nobody has ever identified them.
Rather than Morgellons.
Definitely not Morgellons. But Morgellons can bring along an infinite number of variations of different organisms. So it's not Morgellons per se, but it could be an organism that has been manipulated by Morgellons.
Richard,
okay, because I can't seem to get any help with any doctors or anything. And what about a sticky substance on the skin? Like a
sticky substance is often that's often associated with biofilm. And people, you have filaments or fibers coming out of your skin?
No, I just have these crusty rice-like things.
Well, what about the sticky substance you're talking about?
It's all over my body.
And you don't find cotton-like or lint-like substance in your bedding and clothing?
No, I haven't seen that. Just the rice or sand, white rice.
Well, sticky substance is usually associated with biofilm. Are you doing the baths 3 times a day? Are you on the diet?
I haven't even started. I just haven't known where to go or what to do. Or
okay.
It's
something so you're brand new. See,
yes.
your questions are kind of meaningless because unless you're on the diet, unless you're in the protocol and reading the book and disinfecting and doing everything in the book, you're not going to have any progress. Zero. So the first step is the first step is
that I didn't know what this was, and
it doesn't matter.
It's just spreading.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I had a lady send me like 50 photographs. I don't like photographs. I don't look at photographs. It tells me nothing. Answer the questionnaire. It tells me everything I need to know, the answers to that questionnaire. You look at photographs, I have to do the same thing the doctor was to say. Well, maybe it's just dirt. Who knows? Maybe, I don't know. So,
Richard, hello.
What you're experiencing is experienced time and time again with people. We don't know how to identify them, but we know how to get rid of them. We know how to clean them out of your skin. So start the diet. I went over the 4 clutches. There are 4 things you need to do simultaneously, starting right away. The diet, strict, disinfecting strictly, bathing 3 times a day or more, and the nutritional. The first thing is to complete the questionnaire and get it back to me, and I'll be glad to give you a targeted list of supplements and things to do.
Hello?
Well,
yes.
Whatever it is,
I have a question. Richard, I have these black things that come out of my skin and around my eyes. I've actually lost my eyesight for 4 days. My eyes swelled up so bad, the skin, and I have swelling and bruises will just appear on my skin and that sandy, gritty feeling on my fingers and toenails. Is that Morgellons? And then the white rice that she's talking about, it's on my tables. Sometimes it'll get hard. You can pick it up.
Yes.
But it's in the carpet.
Yes, I have the same thing.
It used to be under my bed, like, where I would lay. It'd be on the bed. But the black things, they are coming out of my eyelids.
They're often mites. They're often mites.
Yeah.
And
right.
they are black in your skin, and when they die, they come off as a little black speck.
Right. And then I have my clothing will come out, like the cloth when it's cold, and I go outside. It'll actually come out like the cloth a little bit. Will start coming out, and it's just weird. I can feel it in my clothes. I feel stuff, like a seed or something in there. And itching and
disinfecting your laundry has been a supreme challenge. If you go look at our blog, you'll find probably 5 updates just on laundry and getting these things out of the laundry. People, for me, I had the easy ones, just simply ammonia in the washing machine, ammonia in the dryer, and that was it. Robin had to soak her clothes for like 3 hours in ammonia before she put it in. And people go to all extremes to get these things out of their laundry. Cross your fingers.
Ruined shoes.
Hopefully our antimicrobial product will eliminate that problem.
Gosh, that would be a wonder.
Handbags.
What?
Shoes and handbags. I have gone through so many because they ruin them. They ruin the leather. They actually tear the shoes up.
Okay, Robin, you want to give them tips on the handbags?
So I recommend having 2 or 3 rotating handbags and purses, and you can clean them with the enzyme from the store or ammonia, but what you want to do is use the what is it called, the menthol crystals, or you could get Nuvon strips and use a handbag for a month and then put it in a Ziploc bag with menthol crystals or Nuvon strips and use another one that has been cleaned. And keep rotating them because they're going to get infested constantly until you're clear and your house gets clear.
Right, boy.
Okay, I thought I had it bad.
And again, when our antimicrobial comes out, you may find that you only have to spray the inside of your handbag and outside once every 30 days.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Can I ask another question
from Florida?
Okay, we have 3 people.
Okay, she can go first and then I'll go next.
Can I ask another question as a new person?
Okay.
Do these parasites or whatever it is I have eat away at your nerves?
Your nerves? Mm-hmm. Well, they are systemic, and they can get in your. Systemic means internal into the bloodstream. The interesting, we talked about dopamine earlier. Too much dopamine can cause mental issues that are often associated with Morgellons, aka Lyme disease, such as schizophrenia, paranoia behavior, that kind of thing. There's a list of about maybe 8 or 9 mental disorders that often show up because of the parasites. So, yes, it's. I mean, we've had people who, they're paranoid to the point that the government is going to get them and so forth. I mean, this is all part of Morgellons.
Well, what I mean is, does it actually eat away at does it eat away at your tissues?
It doesn't eat away at your tissue. It modifies part of your tissues. The Morgellons, if it hijacks an organism, the organisms breed under your skin. The first few layers of your skin, depending on how long you've had it, can be almost like dead skin. So for some people, it may take a few months just to get that dead skin off and get all the junk off of their bodies to let the new skin grow.
So would you recommend using like a loofah bar or something?
Well, you can do that. Again, you want to disinfect it because you don't want the thing reinfecting you.
Yes, that's correct, yeah.
And again, when we come at this antimicrobial may be an answer to that too. You can spray it on the loofah ball.
When do you think this antimicrobial will be available?
Well, I'm aiming for Thursday to have it in the store.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, thank God.
Get that.
A question.
Okay, we got 4 people, 5 people. One question at a time, please.
This is Michelle from Florida.
Yes, Michelle.
I have these things coming out of my nose and my ears, and they're like little light green. How can I get them out of my nose and my ears?
Well, typically, nose and ears is something that most of us experience. Feeling them crawling around in your head, I've felt that. And there are NG ear drops that you can use to put into your ear to clean out your ears. You can put the NG, diluted NG, on the end of a Q-tip and perhaps put it into your nose. The idea is to get the NG wherever they are if you can. You got any tips on that, Robin?
No, that's what I would recommend.
If they're in your sinuses and so forth, you can breathe it. Breathe the NG in. You can use a nebulizer. Robin used a nebulizer when she was dealing with COVID-19. And actually, Robin was pretty damn lucky because I've seen people coming out of hospitals. They have to go through all kinds of therapy to learn how to walk, learn how to talk again from COVID-19. And Robin came out pretty well unscathed, and she did use a nebulizer with some NG and some other stuff in there.
Right.
Okay. And a nebulizer with the NG.
Yeah. You want to tell them how much NG you used, Robin?
I think, so, I mean, the nebulizer has a little bit of a cup, and I was using the medicine prescribed by the doctor, and I think I was putting in like 5 to 8 drops of 100% NG into that.
Okay. Yeah, you can get saline packets for the nebulizer without any medication.
Right. And, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Richard, it's Palma. I'm in serious decline. The biofilm is covering 100% of my body. And I do have an infectious disease doctor finally. But I need help, and I need to know how to break down some of that biofilm. How to break it down because it's everywhere.
Okay, tell me a little bit. Are you on the diet?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been on the diet?
Days, and my 21-year-old granddaughter has the same thing. We're in a hotel right now.
Okay, has it kicked in yet? Has the diet kicked in for you? Do you notice a difference?
Not yet, no.
All right. I always say don't try the diet, do the diet. Robin can share with you it took months for the diet to kick in for her because she was constantly being reinfected from the surroundings, which is always an issue. Like the 3 clutches, the surroundings have to be effectively disinfected. The diet has to be kicked in. Now, as far as the biofilm, are you doing the bathing 3 times a day?
I started to get severe lacerations on my body.
You got
and
what?
I wanted to know, lacerations. They're breaking through the skin. It's threadworm.
All right.
And, yeah, I have samples even. But when I do bathe, I hope also there's been a difficulty finding vinegar. Everyone seems to run out of it. However, I was using the borax, the vinegar. The amount of biofilm that came off was staggering. And there were larvae that came off of my body. But right now, that stuff is all over. My vision's affected, and my head hurts like hell. And I'm wondering, how can I break it down on my body better? Like, is there something else out there?
Body light.
Well, yes. What you want to do is you want to do the 3 baths or 4 baths a day, definitely. After you get out of a bathtub, you want to rinse off with one of the soaps and get the stuff off of your skin. And then you want to start doing probably body wraps. You want to apply either our lotions or our Super MSM gel or something, or skin creams or whatever seems to be your liking to an affected area of your skin, and you want to wrap that and keep it wet, just like you put a skull cap on your head. You want to keep it moist so that you got that happening. Now, the kinase enzymes would be what you'd want to do with supplements because they break down biofilm. You may need to do, 5, 6 a day. And you need to be careful of detox reactions. So you want to go read the book, the part about detox, and either be taking zeolite or amino acids and digestive enzymes, so that you don't have any big problems with detox.
Cistus tea also breaks down the biofilm.
What?
We have that at Cistus tea.
Cistus tea, yes. Cistus tea is in the store. It's a great tea.
Could you spell it, please? It's hard to hear. Can you please spell that?
Cistus. Cistus. Cistus.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we have about 7 or 8 teas in the store. Don't buy your teas. Don't buy your teas in the supermarket, because if you read the ingredients, they all got stuff in them. I don't know why they put the stuff in them.
I just wanted to say one more thing for your listeners. Microban is in Rite Aid, Walmart, and Dollar General. I found it in all 3.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anyone else like to share or ask a question?
Yes. What do you think about neem oil on your skin? Is
neem oil?
I believe I have. Is it Columbulo?
Well, everybody has their favorite oil. Neem oil is in our store. Tea tree oil. Find out whatever oil that you like, that you can tolerate the smell or enjoy the smell, and that works for you. You can make up a, say you could take maybe 1/4 cup of water and take some Nature's Gift, maybe a 1/2 cap of Nature's Gift, add the essential oil right into the cup of the Nature's Gift, the cap of the Nature's Gift, and then add that to the water, and that will disperse the oil in the water, and you can apply that. So you can use 2 teaspoons of water, 1/2 cup, whatever amount of water that you want, and you can apply that to your skin.
Okay. And do you have any thoughts about infrared saunas? Are they effective?
About what?
Infrared. You did infrared, didn't you?
Yeah. I really like infrared. It helps boost your immune system. It helps the health of your skin. It can help your hair grow back. You do it for 20 minutes a day, and it's not a fast fix or an instant cure, but it's definitely something to add into your protocol to get healthy. It definitely has helped me.
Yeah, I saw the blankets on Amazon, and my only concern is the blanket becoming reinfected after use.
Well, that's where you're going to want to use the new anti-microbial to treat the blanket with that.
Right.
Okay.
Richard, this is Marie. I have a question. With the new spray you're talking about that might come in Thursday, can you use that in your car?
Yes, you could use it anywhere. You could spray it into the vent in the car, and you could. This would be fantastic for air conditioning systems for your house or your apartment. You just spray it into the vents, and it'll cover the total inside of the vents. Any organisms in there are going to be destroyed. It should last 90 days, maybe a year.
Okay. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Let's get these suckers out of here.
Richard, can you hear me? This
Yes.
is Nina from New York. Hi. I was wondering if the antimicrobial can come in gallon form.
Yeah, we can.
Sell it in gallons?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
We just have to generate a label, so that would be pretty easy to do.
Okay. So you say sometime
He's got it together.
Come out?
Yeah, about Thursday we're going to have the 16 ounce and the 9 ounce available, and then we can look at gallon size. The problem with the gallons is getting the jugs. Can't find them anywhere.
Right. Okay.
We have a limited number.
Richard, this is Maria. What's the estimate on a 16 gallon, if you don't mind?
16 ounce?
Yeah.
What the price is?
Yeah, because I get my check Friday. I'm going to order stuff. Estimate.
It's about $60, I think.
Okay. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
All righty.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd asked a question about the rice granules.
Right.
And I'm really confused as to where to start. Should I call one of the coaches?
Yes, you can talk to Robin, but start the diet first. Have you read the book?
Someone sent me an excerpt of the book, and I started some of the diet, but I was getting constipated.
Well, email me. Do you have my email? Do you get my updates, or did you find out about this from somebody else? Today's call.
No, it's kind of information that's passed around as to who can help. So
all right. Well, email me.
I haven't known what to do.
Well, email me. KNIC. You got that? KNIC.
Okay.
Nick 2, the number 2, at Verizon.net. I'll send you a copy of the first copy of the 10th revision, but this is it's being changed. There's some updates I'm putting in it already.
Okay,
and then so yeah, Nick 2 at Verizon.net. And the best thing to get the most out of the coaches, so they don't have to spoon feed you, is to read the book.
Absolutely.
And start the diet.
Well, should I order it because I'm computer illiterate?
When you get the book,
so am I. Thank you.
You just click on a little thing that says ebook, and it'll open right up for you.
Yeah, whatever. I hate computers.
Okay. Or you can order a copy, a softcover copy. You can order it.
From Amazon.
We'll have 2 books. Thank you.
Yeah, you can get it from Amazon, or you can get it from our store.
I got 2 books. Thank you. And I sent one to another woman. Thank you. I didn't need 2.
You can get easy to our store by putting in www.parasitestore.com. Parasitestore.com. That's an easy way to get to it.
Well, let me tell you.
Anyone else have a question or like to share?
Of course I do. Are you there? Yeah.
Hello?
I'm in.
Hello?
Lynn from California.
Yes, Lynn.
Well, I accidentally ordered 2 books in the original process of the process. And I had 2 books. Well, I really didn't need 2. I kind of like 2, but that's okay. Please. So I shipped one to a woman who this is going to sound strange as hell, but whatever. I got to tell you. I called in. This is a month or 2 ago, probably maybe 3 months ago or whatever. And I called into this Sunday thingy, and it was after the time you were doing the drawing, whatever. It was 4 o'clock, Western time. And I fucking dialed the fucking number, and this woman is on the other end. I don't know where she's from. I know nothing about her at all. And guess what happened? She's fucked up as hell with this shit. She ain't doing really well. Well, she's doing better than I think. Anyway, so thank you for having this.
You're welcome. Keep coming back. Anyone else like to share or ask a question?
Hello. I'm trying to share, but I don't think you hear me. Do you hear me?
I can hear.
This is Benita. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. I have one other question. Is this new micro thing, would that work in spraying my storage? Because I'm afraid to go to it, because every time I go, I get reinfected, and I sprayed everything real well before I put it in, but somehow it's still there. Would that micro
It should work.
That'd be awesome.
It should work everywhere.
Oh my God, what a life sentence! Thank you so much.
So we're
Hi,
crossing our fingers.
Richard, I have a question.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. I've been to several doctors. How can I convince them that I have this parasite?
Well, I would go back to college and get a medical degree and do about 5 or 6 years in research of Morgellons, and then you might be able to convince them.
I can't convince them. I'm delusional.
You're not going to convince them.
I know. And my husband now finally is starting to understand.
Anybody going to a doctor, do not mention the word Morgellons. Do not take any samples with you. Those are two things that will automatically trigger a delusional diagnosis.
Yep. Yes. Right. I've had about 6 doctors.
No matter how beautiful your specimens and samples are, don't take them.
No,
well, Richard, how did you get a doctor to finally listen to you?
What?
How did you get a doctor to finally help you?
Somebody's breathing into their phone.
Well,
real close.
It's not me. I said, how did you get a doctor to finally help you?
Luck.
How did you get a doctor to help you?
Luck.
Is that doctor still living? I mean...
Well, long story short, I went to about maybe 15, 16 doctors, had biopsies taken, samples taken, all kinds of stuff, tried supplements and all kinds of medications and cortisone. And there was this old doctor that lived next door to my office, and he was a dermatologist, a gruffy old guy. So I never really liked him. I mean, just look at the guy, and he didn't look likable. So I figured, what the hell? I'll get to know my neighbor. And son of a gun, he knew more about it than anybody I'd ever gone to.
You are kidding.
He knew that ORAP was used in a county fair where they had an infestation from a bunch of people going into a tent with a straw. They got infested with mites, and they used ORAP to help clear it up. So he knew about that, and I thank him for my life.
Wow, that is excellent.
Richard, are those drugs effective against Ebola? Are those? I know you mentioned Morgellons. Okay.
Those medications?
Are they
effective with all parasites? All parasites.
Okay. How do you get your doctor to prescribe something like?
Well, he knew about it, so he prescribed them.
Yeah, but my doctor, I'm just trying to figure out how I would approach the subject.
All right. The only hope you have with your doctor is if you go in to the doctor and he tells you you have delusions of parasites. All right. Mm-hmm. So in Chapter 6, the last 4 or 5 pages is a copy of the Family Practice Notebook. The Family Practice Notebook is a book that every doctor has in their office, and it discusses delusions of parasites. It says to provide 1 milligram of ORAP, Primazod. So you show him that, and you say, okay, you think I have delusions? Then this is what the Family Practice Notebook says you are to prescribe. Please do so.
Okay. You also mentioned a medication for ear drops starts with an N.
What?
You mentioned the medication for your ears. It starts with an N. I can't think of the name of it.
You
Naltrexone?
don't even freaking taking me.
Low dose naltrexone?
It starts with an N, I believe.
NG.
NG.
It's a medication.
That's our liquid concentrated soap.
I don't mind that stuff, but that sugar.
Nature's Gift is our concentrated liquid soap.
Okay.
NG's fine. The fucking pharmacy's fucked up. Don't take those drugs.
Please let's not use profanities.
Yes, please. I'm going to eat it for myself.
Okay. Anyone else like to share?
Okay.
I was just wondering, when you
Yes.
do the wash, how much do you put in the washing machine?
How much what?
The new antibacterial?
I have to clarify that. I saw two references to it, and there were two different suggestions. So I have to clarify that with the manufacturer.
Okay. Well, it will come on the label, though,
Yes,
right?
it will be on the label how much to use in your wash.
Okay. Great.
Okay, anyone else like to share or ask a question?
No, you've been very informative.
What?
I said you've been very
you help with Lyme's disease?
Lyme's disease.
Oh, Gaga. No.
Did
Somebody
you say no?
Lyme disease?
Yes.
All right, email me. I have a free report on Lyme disease. The report is rather extensive. It goes through all the different kinds of treatments. And if you use the basic nutritional package, which is what we call the Columbia Lyme Pack, you may not need any treatment because that's the first place to start. The first place to start is to realize that the spirochete, the Lyme, loves toxicity. It thrives on toxicity. So the first part of the package is to boost glutathione. That's our Max 1 product. Max 1 gets rid of all the toxicity, the intracellular toxicity, gone. The second, every program you want a good multiple vitamin. So we have a multiple vitamin. We have ionic minerals. So there are 3 parts to the package. The fourth part to the package is our garcillin. Acillin is said to be a natural antibiotic, antiviral, antiparasitic, antiprotozoan. You put those 4 parts together, and because Lyme disease invariably involves biofilm, you add the kinase enzymes. And you do those 5 things, and you may not need treatment. But please note, this is not a treatment. This is a nutritional supplementation to build immune functioning. But it's spelled out in the free report.
What if you just don't know what you have?
Well, join the club. Most people don't. And
It's process of elimination.
Forget test, because you get a lot of false positives, you get a lot of false negatives, and you know probably nothing more after you have your test than you did before. So tell you what, assume that you have Lyme disease. Just simply assume it. This is a basic nutritional package that everybody should be on to avoid every disease or to minimize the impact of every disease out there.
Really?
The interesting about our multiple vitamin, it's formulated specifically for Lyme disease.
Wow. What? I wonder if it would help with COVID-19.
Talk to Robin. She's the experienced one on COVID-19.
Bless her heart.
Anyone else have a question or like to share?
Richard, in your experience, when did you know that you were absolutely free of these parasites?
When I can eat everything I want and I don't feel any irritation or itching.
And what about your environment?
Well, the environment is something that's sometimes difficult to control. For instance,
it's Mother Nature. What the fuck are we going to do about her? Yeah, let her go. Let her go. Sorry.
One of my businesses is I am also a contractor, so I go to people's homes and I walk around.
For you.
And out of 4 homes that I visited, 3 of them I picked up the organisms. I carry my stuff with me. I carry my nature's gift with me. So after I leave the house, I feel the itching. I apply it and apply it and apply it, and 20 minutes later, it's gone. It's history. 20 years ago, it would have been the beginning of hell.
Chris, you're not nice to me. I'm not a bad person. I just get in with his cigar.
Okay. All right. Anyone else have a question or like to ask or share?
No, you're just a godsend.
Thank you.
We already know you're perfect and you're the savior from our grace from God.
No, all you gotta do is
you don't have to mute me, Chris. I'm gone.
Speak to my wife and convince her of that. All right. Anyone else like to ask a question or share?
Go.
So if I don't know what I have, the first step is to email you.
Yeah, email me. I'll send you the questionnaire unless you can handle the questionnaire on the attachment, and then you can complete it, and I'll give you a complete analysis. I'll even tell you what to look for in case you might have candida.
Yeah, that I don't.
Do you know anything about the CBD oil?
No, that question came up last week. I'm completely ignorant about it. So
I need to know about candida.
Son, and we've used the CBD oil on him with no effect.
Well.
Okay, anyone else have a question or like to share?
I do. You said candida. I'm talking fungal, man. Fungal up the yin yang. I don't want to be gross or anything at all. I love you. I adore you. Are you going to let me talk, Chris, or are you going to cut me off? No.
Fungal issue?
Hello? Yes.
Okay.
Amen. I mean, I was a dental assistant for all my whole life.
All right, there are two things to do for fungal issues. The protocol, if you complete the questionnaire, it outlines them. Number one is Lufeneron. The protocol has a link. You order it from Mexico. Lufeneron is a medication that is totally compatible with all other medications, has absolutely no side effects, although you might have detox reactions. And you take the Lufeneron to inhibit the production of chitin, and chitin is the building block of all fungal organisms, including candida. And that's step number one. Step number two is we have the kinase enzymes in our store, and I mentioned them earlier. You can go from 1 to 5 capsules a day, but chitinase enzymes break up chitin. If you look at a brick wall, the chitin is like the mortar that holds the brick wall together. You take out the mortar, and the wall will blow over. So the combination of the chitinase enzymes and the Lufeneron pretty much handles cleaning out fungal issues no matter what kind of fungus it is.
Richard, this is Marie. I have a question since you just spoke about that. Now, how would you like identify if you have that? I mean, or if you have the mites, Morgellons, or the Lyme. I mean, how would you
fill out
know?
the fucking form and send it to me, you dumbass.
Do the questionnaire and send it to me. Fungal issues, skin fungal issues often show up as burning skin. If you're living in a moldy environment or you have a lot of mold toxins in your environment, it's most likely they're in your system. So that's where you would know that if you're dealing with fungal. If you're on antibiotics of any kind, you definitely want to be on antifungals like the kinase.
Okay.
Mites are usually, you can see them flying around, or you can see them crawling, or you can see the black specks. or red
Yeah,
specks?
I have them. I definitely have that.
So,
I see the black specks.
so if you complete the questionnaire,
Yeah,
I can give you
whatever. Fucking people, be well
I can
there.
educate you.
Shut up.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not being nasty. I just can't help it. I got them all. Thank you. I appreciate it, Richard. Thank you.
Okay,
Amen
anyone
for
else?
your program.
Anyone else have a question before we close this part of the program?
I think I.
Okay. Do you know very much about electromagnetic problems?
EMF.
Yes.
You know, electromagnetic frequencies. It's like nuclear energy. Nuclear energy can be used to destroy the universe, or it can be used to help us.
Really?
Frequencies can be used in rifling machines and spooky machines to heal us, or they can be emitted by 5G cellular phones that screw us up. 4G, 5G, EMF from radios, televisions, clocks, all kinds of things can mess us up. Look at the microwave, bad news, get them out of your house. So some people are more sensitive to EMF than others. And if you are and have an EMF sensitivity, it's part of the questionnaire, and you will be given the options that you have to deal with it. We have a little plate in our store that you can attach to your cell phone of shungite that will cancel out the EMF from your cell phone. You can plug in Stetson filters in your house to cancel it out there. There's a meter that you can put over your outdoor electric meter box that will deal with that. And there are other things. There's, in fact, a whole summit on EMF. In fact, that's one thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for a volunteer who has got some time to look through a series of videos about EMF and write up a couple of paragraphs that are pertinent to each one so that we can all share. EMF is something that should be, 5G is something that should be outlawed. Eastern Connecticut has gotten rid of it. I understand from Lisa that the big island of Hawaii has gotten rid of it. They won't allow it in the confines of their borders. It should be banned in every friggin' township in the world. Should be banned. Exposure to 5G opens up pathways between the bloodstream and the cellular mechanism. It dumps a lot of calcium into your cellular mechanism, screws up your endocrine system, completely voids your immune system. I'm not saying it does this to everybody, but for many people, this is a susceptibility. Not that 4G is a lot better, but we need to get rid of 5G. Need to eliminate it from the planet. We need to get rid of glyphosate. So I'd like a volunteer. I'll send you the videos. You go through it and instruct all of us how to get involved locally so that we can go to our local townships and get rid of 5G. It's been done, so all of us can do it.
Unfortunately, the powers to be push these things through.
Well, that is true, but I said Eastern Connecticut and the Big Island of Hawaii are two places that I know of where it has been banned. So it can be done, and we just need some guidance how to do it, who to talk to, how to get it rolling in each of our respective townships.
Richard, this is Marie. How do you know if your town has it already or not?
I don't know.
No.
That's why we need somebody to go through the videos and to instruct us, inform us how to find out.
Well, you can tell by your modem. If you have a router or a modem, it will give you a choice between 4G and 5G to connect to the internet. And,
oh, really? It'll give you, 4G. Okay, I'm going to ask my son.
That makes sense.
It won't say 4G. It'll just say regular, and then it will say 5G. And you can choose not to use it, but it's still all around you at that point.
Thank you, Robin. That makes sense. That's obvious. Right. Thank you. Anyone else?
Okay. So, all right.
So if you'd like to volunteer, stay on the call later on, and we'll get you the videos to look at to educate us all.
Richard, I'm going to have to go. Can I give my numbers?
Yes, please.
Okay, so if anyone would like some coaching or have some questions, you can always email Richard, but you can also call me, and my cell phone is 413-441-5185, 413-441-5185. You can text questions. My home phone is 413-243-2271. I'm on the East Coast.
You're a beautiful woman. Thank you.
What?
You're a beautiful woman.
Okay,
Thank you for who you are.
And she's got a great smile, too.
Yeah, but I have
Oh, really? Have you seen her? Have you met her?
Is that Robin?
You guys have a great week, and I will see you next week, okay? Sorry I have to leave a little early.
Okay, thank you, Robin.
Okay.
Thank you, Robin.
Uh-oh. We got
Okay.
a fire going on here. Anyway, I love you all, and thank you, Richard, for everything you've done for me.
Keep coming
I
back.
appreciate you more than 100%. If
Okay,
I could give you a million, trillion,
I'm going to have you talk to my wife.
you saved
All
my
right.
world. Thank you. That's all I
Thank you.
can say. I love you. And I want to tell her.
Chris,
I'll
you can
do
do the
whatever
drawing.
the last thing was. I said, wow, I need one fire.
Yeah, the last 4 digit is 1464.
1464. If the last 4 digits of your phone number are 1464, you're the winner of this week's drawing.
Oh, no.
1464.
1464. Are you on the call?
Yes.
Okay, you're the winner. So stay on the call, and Chris will get your information. Okay, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Our goal is to provide some inspiration. Hope we did that. I love you all. Keep coming back. We're here to support you in getting your life back. This will be the video will be up on YouTube probably in a couple of 3 days. In the meantime, I'll give you a link if anyone wants to go back and look at it if you missed something. Now for the buddy system, if you'd like to get a buddy, our buddy coach is Barbara. I'm not sure if she's
I'm
on
right
the
here.
call. Are you here, Barbara?
Yep.
Okay. Give them your information.
My email is Daisy like the flower, Jane like the name, DAISYJANE 28, the number 28 at gmail.com. And if you need to text or call, my number is 512-718-0272. It's a Texas number, but I'm in Indiana, misplaced Texan. That's me. Oh, and I was thinking maybe, Richard, you ought to give me your wife's number so I can call her and convince her.
I have to look it up. Okay. Thank you, Barbara. So just include your first name, not your last name, just your first name, area of the country, and your phone number. If you heard someone speak and remember their name, you can jot that person's name down, and perhaps you'll make a connection with that person. So thank you all for coming. I love you all. Keep coming back. We're here to get your life back. We can do it.